the truth. So welcome to the month of July, and it is my birthday month. Molweni, Sanbonani, hello, it's my birthday month. I don't celebrate birthdays, but this is a special birthday because we are going to talk about Eneleza and Nembelo and why South Africa at this point must celebrate science and the mathematics and the engineering, okay? That's what is very important today. But don't forget, Eneleza, Nembelo, that's my theory, and you will see the miracles it does. Okay. So, last week we did talk about the analyzer. Okay? Now we are going to talk about what is its structure implying to us. That mathematics is actually conscious. What? I know, okay? Mathematics is conscious. So we are taking it beyond the Platonists. The Platonists are those who say, well, mathematics is not just some things that we assume, but it's out there, it's forms which are eternal. You know, Plato. Okay. We hear him. And they're the formalists. Okay, the formalists are the ones who are saying, hi, Plato. Everything that is mathematics is what we invent and we discover and we formalize. That's all. Okay? It helps us understand the quantities of the world. Nothing more, nothing less. It helps us understand and grasp our logic and trace it and, facilitate it, all those things. But no more. Nothing about metaphysical status, nothing about reality, nothing about God, nothing about ontology, just formalities. So there are those, and there are many, and I've faced them in debate. They have gone through my theory, they have debated it, I've debated them. What a wonderful people, a wonderful flock of people. Okay, and then there is now these ones. Who are the constructionists? My intuitionists. Okay, these are my constructivists. They believe that numbers must be constructed, like you cannot begin with zero. You should at least begin with something that you can positively construct, which is one. But we have taken it beyond that. The Plato, Plato is there. But even worse, what do we discover? That numbers are actually conscious. So we're going to be talking about mathematical consciousness, and we are going to see how it opens a new field of MOI, which is mathematical organic intelligence. So you know about AI, right? Artificial intelligence is the buzz, is what is going on right now. But by the grace of God, right, I stand here on the position that's supposed to be somebody from America, from Europe, to talk about these things. They come from people and institutions which are well-funded in billions, okay? I don't have those billions. I'm poor, I'm broke. I'm born from a poor, broke family, okay? So why am I here and why am I talking about this discovery that needs so much energy anywhere where you go into the world? Is precisely because there is something that is driving me, and it has been driving me since I was a kid. So let me not keep you waiting. This is July. There are riots. Everybody is talking about Hambi, Abahlali, Nienza Nama Africa. Yeah, stand up Nama Africans. Yeah. It's July. We remember the riots in July. And July is number 7, the number of perfection according to the spiritual order from the ancient people of Africa to the Israelites. Yes, it's a Christian thing, that number 7, it is a spiritual number, but it has been so from Tuka. It's a number of perfection as you see it manifested in rainbow, as you see it manifested in the 7 frequencies of light spectrum. You see, number 7 has to tell us about the perfection of manifestation. In the Bible, God manifests in 7 eyes, 7 spirits of God, and so is God's manifestation in perfection. So that's what 7 is, and 7 months. Yeah. You remember what happened, and you see now what is happening. Started on June, the matches, but it obviously June is the last of June. Last day is the thing of July. And it is such a beautiful day because also we are celebrating something that is fascinating ever came into the shores of humanity, which is science. So this is Sci Month. Sci Month is my birthday month, and also it is Sci Month SA. This is a scientific month, National Scientific Month, where as a nation we need to talk about science. We need to do this thing every day. My heart and my prayer is that we do this every day. But this is the month that we are given. It's gonna be difficult because a lot of things are too exciting for us. We love things about the gossip. We'll have gossip. We'll have something which has to do about politics, money, glamour, joy or music, except for mathematics, engineering, science, technology. Those are the things that move us as a human race. Okay, we cannot be found lagging in that department, and we have been found lagging in that department, and that's why I am here, and that's why I'm saying tomorrow is 4th of July. I will be celebrating my birthday. Oh, wish I was in the States. 4th of July, imagine. But then I am in South Africa. This is my gift to you as a nation, as a people. And I will tell you what's supposed to be, or I pray that it becomes your gift to me on my birthday and on this work that I have done, because I was prepared for this work since from a child. From age of 8, I quit school so that I can come to the place where I prove God. It was crazy. It was a journey of faith. It was impossible. They said it cannot be done. Everybody said so, but here am I today. So, AN. We talked about the definition of the AN. You go to that video and then you follow. Today, we are continuing because now we are saying that we are applying AN. Okay. So when you're applying AN, what will it become? Now, before I continue, let me just give you 3 things that we'll be addressing. I told you that is consciousness. The consciousness of mathematics. Mathematics is conscious. We'll be fulfilling it and showing you how the analyzer help us to see that indeed mathematics is conscious. And number 2, we're going to be talking about MOI, mathematical organic intelligence. Now, these are the things which are discovered not from America, not from Europe, from Soweto, Tulane, okay? This is the analyzer that is Nembelo, which is a pet child of Soweto. You can actually say this is Tulane's interpretation of science, of mathematics, of theology, because it unifies everything. That's how it is crazy. And I was just giving you my background. Why am I speaking about these things? Because of God. So number 3, we are going to talk about the better natural intelligence, which will be the better AI or SAI or ASI or JIA, general intelligence that is artificial. Okay, or general artificial intelligence, GAI. Okay, no jokes. Let's continue now. Mathematics, as I did mention, we think it's about formalities. Many people, they think it's about formalities. Okay, they think maths is formalities, where you get your set theories and so forth. Okay, and then you have those who are Platonists. Oh, my triangle. Who are Platonists, who believe that shapes actually do exist out there. It's the spiritual divine place. Okay, and then you have those whom I told you about, the intuitionists, who believe that you must positively construct numbers, so they don't talk about infinities. These are the people who are led by Brewer. They don't talk about infinities. They don't like infinities because they want to do things which they can construct. Okay, so Tinage, we go beyond that. We are saying math is all those things. Math is formal, is intuitionist, and also math exists beyond our mind, independent of our thoughts. And that's where we are getting at now. So we are applying AN1. So when we are applying AN1, we know that we are applying an1 as an negative 1. And as the reasons why we do this is because of the concept of the true one. The true one. The idea that when we are talking about the fundamental one is equivalent to the Spinoza. This is the Spinoza substance. So the true one is the same as the Spinoza substance. What is the Spinoza substance? Spinoza substance is the fundamental substance. Substance is that which all other things are made through. Nothing makes a substance. Every part of it is made by itself and nothing more. You see? So one is actually the fundamental substance, the Spinoza substance. You know what we are talking about. We are talking about the one God. The one Einstein said, if I am worshiping, praising any God, it has to be the Spinoza God. He was talking about the substance, the primordial substance, which is to all in all, which everything is made of it. So you cannot separate it from the universe because it is manifesting to the universe. All the universe are the modes that are manifesting from the one. So this is the Spinoza substance. So now what is factual about the Spinoza substance is that the Spinoza substance, because it is defined as the substance or a stuff, a thing that is made of nothing else but itself. So then everything else that is made from the Spinoza substance, now if this is the Spinoza substance, everything that is made from the Spinoza substance, it is all either, okay, it will take these two forms. Either it is negative and the substance is positive, or it is positive and the substance is negative. They cannot be both positive and both be negative. Why? Okay, you can tell me why. All right, simple. Because of this is the one that creates all these. So this is what this everything they can never be. They can never be the source of this. This will always be the source of this. So this one is different from these other ones. So this one must be negative to this one. That means this one is transcendent. This one is spiritual. Make sense? So when we apply then one, we need to apply one as negative one in the AN, because here we are talking about fundamental ideas, fundamental structure. So we are taking one in its fundamentalness, and we are saying that one, if we see it as a fundamental one, as the Spinoza substance, then we need to represent one as the negative. So that's why then the Fn then begins with the negative 1. Okay. So, and the second reason why we begin with the negative 1, well, is this mathematical formal reason why we begin with the negative 1. Precisely because of it's the domain of integers. So since it is the domain of integers, so integers are all the numbers which begin from 0 to negative 1, all up to negative infinity. And beginning here from 0 to 1, all to positive infinity. This is what will become what we call the integer. So all the numbers from 1 to infinity that are negative, those are integers, and 0 to 1 to infinity, those are integers. So in the analyzer function functions in the integer domain. Make sense? So as a result, then what happens is this, is that now when we begin to apply it. So listen, now we're applying the analyzer. We are saying, okay, we want this number to self-iterate, and we're looking at a range of numbers, all numbers. So since we are looking at all numbers, we are going to apply the concept of hla, which is the natural arrangement. So we are going to adopt that idea of thinking and say, okay, what things are they like in their natural settings? Okay, you say that, okay, course, you'll start from 0, 1, and then you'll continue. So if then we are studying a vast range of numbers, and then we don't have our own rules, we have to abide by the rules that we get from the numbers. What shall the number system be like? Okay, so the number system will be like we are introducing or we are applying analyzer on the negative side. And we want to go all the way. We want to see what will become of the negative side when we add it to itself. And then we say, okay, we are applying analyzer here. And then we say -1. We say analyzer on the -1, which means analyzer, by the way, remember, we are adding on an outcome. So it's a recursive thing. So now we are doing it, okay? So what it gives us, amazingly, it doesn't give us -2. No, it doesn't give us -2, but it gives us this. It gives us 0. What? Okay, so it gives us 0. It doesn't give us -2, which is what you'll be expecting, or maybe something on the negative. No, but rather it gives us 0. So that means it is taking us where? Back to the center, back to the beginning of the number line. So amazing. Now this -1 then function as a barrier. It's like this is like the barrier to the negative. And we're going to talk about it because of one of our born here scientists, one of my favorite scientists, Neil Turok, who is the founder of AIMS, African Institute of Math and Science. Brilliant work. He has this theory which advances of time symmetry theories, which then he says that the universe could be understood as being trying to explain the Big Bang. How do we explain the Big Bang? What was there before the Big Bang? So his idea is really on the basis of this mathematical idea that in the number line you have the negative, you have the positive. Even in matter, you have matter that is negative and the matter that is positive. I'm talking about antimatter, not electrons being negative, but matter that is negative towards all matter that is positive, including electrons and so forth. So then now he then gives this idea of the universe to say then that means before our Big Bang, if you think this is the Big Bang and this marks the positive, that is our universe, then he says before the universe, then there must have been a negative universe, which he calls the mirror universe. So this is a mirror universe because it's a reflection of this universe. So if you ask him, Neil, Dr. Neil, because I'm not qualified to call you Neil, oh, Dr. Neil, tell me now, what was there before the Big Bang? And he says, no, it was another universe. It was you. Like, no. And you'll see why. Not today, though. I'm just giving you an idea how deep this theory goes, the analyzer theory. But it talks to that question too, making cosmology something that is unified with mathematics, with machine learning, with also science, physics, theology. I mean, we are in a new world if you haven't noticed, okay? We're in a new world. So let us continue. We want to get this analyzer. You say this theory is when you've discovered where? Where? From university, from Wits, from UCT. Well, I've never been to UCT, to Wits. I've been to Wits for some weeks. And grade 10, I was doing there a course and then I quitted it because he was talking about the Big Bang. The professor was talking about the Big Bang. I loved it. I was a Christian. I was so powerful, I think, powerfully given into the ways of the Spirit. And so the professor started talking about God and the Big Bang, and we don't need God. And I remember him taking a stone and it says, look, if there is God, let him prevent the stone from falling. I was like, okay. I said, I told my friends, my guys, I'm not coming here. Great opportunity to study at this, being at grade 10, together with my friends, because there was a program, the SKA program that was run by I think it was the government. So I quitted. They didn't. I quitted because they were mocking God. I said, I'm going to prove God. I took the wrong way, okay? I took the wrong way afterwards because I thought I need to go, I need to pray, I need to fast, so that I can show miracles. And I took the wrong way. It took years, 15 years, people. So don't try this at home. Yeah, yashisa bafethu. So don't try this at home. But yeah, anyone who comes to him must believe that he is, and he is the rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Hey, when you seek him and you seek him in truth, he will show you what he meant when he says, call unto me. I will show you great and unsearchable things, things that nobody knows nothing about. And he says again that who has the mind of God that he may instruct God? And says, no one. But then he says, but we have the mind of Christ within us. He says, the Spirit searches all things, yea, even the deepest things of God. He says he can do all things through the power that is at work within us. So then, because of those ways, I had faith, people. Now I'm speaking about NLS and Nembelo. It reveals the structure of God. It reveals the one, Christ. And people says, wena, also pumile ezwini, awukwe papelini. These things, are the things of the flesh, are the things of the world. No, that's why I'm here. In this July, the scientific month of South Africa, I am here to tell you those are the lies. It's nothing like that. Math, science, all these things are the gifts of the Father for humanity. In fact, by mathematics, by science, understanding God, understanding reality in the mathematics, in the science, has made me more spiritual than before. Mathematicians, I tell you now, and you can challenge me all you want. It's good. Mathematicians are the most purest of hearts of people you will find. I'm talking about people who are dedicated, not people who are just doing mathematics for the sake of it. But even those, they are trained. You can't escape the training of mathematics in purity. If all the preachers, they were asked, before you can preach to us, present your case in a mathematical, consistent fashion. Hey, we will not have all this mess that is happening. Only the honest people will be coming to present their case. I myself, you can ask yourself, why didn't they call the route of going with the resurrection of Christ? Jesus came to me and revealed himself. I saw the devil. Whatever. Why? Because I'm honest. Okay. I am not perfect before God Almighty. I have got things which wrap themselves in my legs, in my feet. Okay, I prayed 3 days, every day, to say, Lord, let this stone be taken away from me. And then he says, my son, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made strong. My grace is made strong in your weaknesses. That's where my power is shown, in your weakness. So the weakness is good. That's why you can tell all great mathematical breakthroughs, they came from weaknesses. Isaac Newton also he had weaknesses. We won't talk about it. They just had the structural weaknesses that led them to actually do great discoveries. So I say, without fear or shame, thank God for poverty. And I know you're gonna scream out. But I tell you, when you know the faithfulness of God, then you will know that He makes all things to work together in conforming to his purpose, and he is not unbalanced. He cannot give you evil, deal you a bad hand and not balance it with grace. People have grace. Africa has grace, a great grace, but we cannot rise up and consume that grace because all we see is the unfaithful God who has given us poverty, who has given us slavery and nothing else. And God says, you are hypocrites. In your poverty, you are hypocrites. In your slavery, you are hypocrites. Be slaved, be poor, but be ye honest. For blessed are they with pure hearts, for they shall see God. So mathematics helps us to be of pure heart. My goodness. Will we be able to get it done? I don't know. I hope we do, because we are like 25 minutes into it already and we haven't even explained the FN. Okay, so here's the FN. I'm going to be very quick, people, so that you come to... we have seen it yesterday. Now, maybe I should write a short version of it or what? I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should not. you know. Okay, so this is our Fn sequence. Now, the Fn sequence shows us that mathematics is actually conscious. And I want you to look at this and you will see it, that indeed mathematics is conscious. Okay, the mathematics is conscious. Now look at this. This is a number system. In the Fn, or in the analyzer world, in the number world, we need to use some different markers here. Okay, so these ones, the analyzer, it is applied on all natural numbers, and because of the beginning of numbers is one. So if I say we're applying to all numbers, and it says, okay, choose number. Which number should we begin? Should we choose 42? No, we should choose one. Okay, and that one, by the reasons that I have already made, is going to be negative. So we begin here. So this just tells us that this will be the natural way the number system will be like if we were self-iterating a number. That's what we mean. We are iterating the number to itself. Okay, so we are getting then this system. Now I want you to look at something so that you can see that actually math is not only just there, but it is actually conscious. Now it starts here. It gives us, it says the an is 1 goes to 0, and 0 gives us 1, 1 gives us 2, 2 gives us 3, but now 4 does what is weird. Okay, 4, as you can see here, he skips 5. So 5 becomes a number that is skipped. And then we look again, there is another number, two sets of numbers which have been skipped, or two numbers which have been skipped. Okay, so now these two numbers that have been skipped, or three numbers, 5, 9, 10. Very critical numbers, by the way. We will see them as time goes on today, but these are the critical numbers. They will show us that actually the number system is conscious. Now, you see? Now, notice this. Notice that this is the longest number system that you will find increasing, or the longest number sequence that you will find increasing under an. So when we apply the an in all numbers, positive numbers, we are getting, well, including negative, but we see all the barrier in the negative that it just pushes us to the positive, right? So when you look then at these numbers, you're going to realize that this is the longest sequence. Okay, this is the longest sequence. This is the longest increasing sequence. All right. Besides these three skips numbers, it remains a very natural sequence. As you can see, -1, 0, it remains a very natural sequence. And the mind-blowing thing about it is that I did not engineer this thing. The only thing that I did was to discover the rules. And then I applied the rules in the numbers. Then the rules that I do not tweak, I don't go and say after -1, okay, let's change it for 0, let's change it for 1, let's change it for 2. No. You apply it there. The machine does it. It applies it here, applies it here, applies it there, and then it gives you this sequence. I mean, this is just amazing. And this sequence skips 5. And then we say, but why does it skip 5? You say, this is how we know that is actually aware. How so? Okay, I show you how actually it is aware. Because this number 5, actually, it takes 5 steps. Number 5 takes 5 steps. So it is 5 steps to the attractor. So that means 5 and 4, exactly as you are looking at them here, they are arranged in the same column. So it's the same column in the arrangement of numbers. And you are going to see it just right now. So they occupy the same space, the same position in the number line as to the attractor. Okay? And then number 2. These ones, they are the numbers also. They occupy the same. And you are going to see it. Right? They occupy the same position. 9 occupies the same position with 7. 10 occupies the same position with, it occupies the fourth position, which is actually the position of 6. 6 takes the fourth position, so 10 will be somewhere here. Now, are you seeing this? They occupy a parallel line in the number line of the fundamental. This is the Fn, the fundamental number system. These numbers which are skipped, had they not been skipped, if you write them, they will take a parallel line. It will not be one line like this. So he skips. Okay. Secondly, 4 shares the same, as you see. Okay, so he skips it. But then here's another wonderful thing that you start to realize. Number 9. Let's apply analyzer to number 1, the AN system on number 9. And let's see what we get. So now, when you have number 9, what are you going to get? You are going to get, imagine, you're going to get 8. All right? It goes down, doesn't go up, it goes down. It goes to 8. Well, then, if you have 10, as we might expect, or not expect, it goes to 9. 9 goes to 8. You know? So it is 10, which goes to 9, which goes to 8. So it goes back. Now, this means that if this number system, this number line, if it, in iteration, it's said -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe they say 5, it's going to go like this, and then it says 6, 7, says 8, then 9. If it says 9, guess what? If it said 9, then it was going to go to 8. You see? If it says 9, it was going to go to 8. And what happens? It goes back. Then it goes to in fact, it was going to go to 8, and then 8 was going to go to 9. So here you are going to have a loop. All right? Or if it ended up in 10, 10 was going to go to 9. So, and it was going to return back. And if it wasn't that 8 goes to 11, then that means it was going to enter a loop, an early loop before the 12th attractor. So, deliberately, 3 numbers have been jumped, which would have compromised the sequence. Like, how did math know? How did it know that it needs to skip these numbers? Okay, so this is what we call proto-awareness, proto-consciousness. So it's not the kind of consciousness that is human, awareness that is human, but it is proto. It comes before. Now, when this is applied on the systems, the kind of systems that we have now, the artificial intelligence, the technology, is going to now add a layer of some proto-awareness in the making, to realize, as now we are realizing, that awareness might not be, okay, this is what it's saying to us. It's saying it might not be that awareness is a domain of human beings, or of some complex forms or beings, or some things that you imagine, maybe a form not like human beings, but some kind of organism. Maybe intelligence has nothing to do with organisms. Maybe intelligence gives birth to intelligence, to organism, and intelligence is aware that it is intelligence, and it is aware that it has made you, and it understands that you can never fully comprehend it. Maybe mathematics is very much aware, and this is what we get here. Okay, that when we see, now put aside theology for a moment, just deal with the numbers. I am saying to you, the FN system, not metaphysics, not spirituality, nothing, but the numbers. When we take this number or this function, which it says add a number to itself, self-iteration of a number, what we get is this sequence. This sequence amazingly displays proto-awareness like it is conscious. Don't beat me, is what the math says. So formalis, askisi, in a South African way, easy. Not only math is there, but it's conscious. Okay, then on the existence of numbers, a great topic. Do numbers exist? Did we invent them? Okay, now we have a true solution. Numbers do exist outside our minds, independent of our minds. But not only that, numbers are causal. Okay, they cause the universe. So that's just big. I know mathematicians be like, oh, what are you saying? Cancel that guy. Well, I mean, I'm a truth pursuer. I'm already cancelled. They don't want to hear my theories everywhere, in radio stations, everywhere. The schools here, they don't want to hear about analysis. Nembelo, because it's traditionally, it's no, I don't know. But you see, I'm studying Sintu, and it is the privilege of studying Sintu, our indigenous knowledge system, that gives me ideas such as this. And people don't want to do Sintu. They want me to speak like this so that I twang, and they know that I'm a bit learned, even though I'm not learned in their institutions. Yes, but I am. I'm in grade 10. I mean, those are the institutions that have made me to be like this. Those are the teachers that have inspired me. Those weeks at first, they did, help. But it was the spirit of truth all the way, all the way. Now, this shows us something that is weird. This is a contribution to number systems, to number theory. That number theory is not only limited just to arithmetic, just to the structure of numbers, but it goes way deeper. It goes way deeper into structuring intelligence, into unifying intelligence. I mean, there are 7 spectrums of intelligence. We're not going to speak about it right now. We're talking about this, the MOI, the mathematical organic intelligence, which I can say is revealed by the AN. Right? Yeah, you have something like that. I think the Wolfram's automata, is something that goes along those lines. But this one has some different uniqueness in it because it has metabolistic future. So it has that self-referential within a node, which you don't find in other systems. All other systems are external. This one is brilliant. You see,